Hey everybody, it's Kay. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Kay. I'm a professional home organizer and soprano here in the Boston area, and I am here to inspire you to live a more organized life. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite ways to preserve memories and not clutter up your home at the same time, and that is the memories journal. Now, I know as a professional organizer, you may get the idea that I just like throw everything out, that I don't keep anything sentimental, but I actually do. I'm human. I have memories and sentimental attachments to items and things, but I manage them a little differently. So I want to share something that's worked really well for me today, and that is memory journaling. I've actually been keeping a journal since I was about 7 years old, and it's been a really great exercise for me because I was an only child and there wasn't always a friend or a sibling to talk to when I needed to get something off my chest. So writing it down was a good way to express my emotions, sort of work things out. And I've found that people have really strong attachments to like greeting cards, little pieces of paper, receipts, concert programs, things that they have gotten throughout their lives because they trigger memories, but they don't know what to do with them and they don't know how to handle them. One of my favorite ways to deal with this stuff is the memory journal. I'll show you my memory journal and we'll do a little bit of memory journaling ourselves, and we'll work it out. Before we get started, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Thank you very much for sponsoring this video. We'll talk a little bit more about Skillshare later, but first let's talk about the benefits of memory journaling and what it actually is. So I came up with this idea when I was in college, and I had gotten some things that mattered to me, but I wasn't sure what to do with them. Actually, there was a really funny story. I met Jordan Knight in an ATM like an ATM booth, the Bank of Boston ATM booth in like the corner of like Mass Ave in Boylston, if you know where that is. That is my like favorite like pop group when I was younger, New Kids on the Block, one of the members. And he lived in Boston. When I went to school in Boston, I saw him and I stopped him eventually at one point and talked to him for like 10 minutes. He was super nice and he was very handsome actually. But he signed my Bank of Boston receipt and I still have it. It's in a memory journal. And I think that that is really important to set up a really nice way to remember events. If you have spare pieces of paper or cards around, things that people signed, I would like to tape them to the journal and write a little blurb next to it that has a little bit of my memories of the time. And every now and again, I can go through and flip through the pages and see what I've been through and how I was feeling. And it's a really nice way to keep these memories alive. Memory journaling is good because it really makes you value what is worth saving and what isn't worth saving. This happens a lot, especially with greeting cards. Greeting cards are coming in our lives every holiday, every birthday, every special occasion, every time something happens. Someone will send us a greeting card or give us a greeting card, and you're just being bombarded with all these cards. Well, maybe they all are special and were, handwritten and nice. They don't all need to be saved, because when you save them all, be honest, do you sit and look at these greeting cards? Let me know. Let me know down in the comment down below. So by making this memory journal, you're really making the distinction between whether or not you actually want to like take the time to deal with this greeting card and make it a special memory, or you just want to like appreciate it for a little while and then let it go. The second real benefit from this kind of journal keeping, and this is separate from the journal keeping where you just write about your day and write about your feelings and stuff, is that you are really cementing the memories in your brain. There's something about writing about the memories and dealing with the things that involved the event that are really sealing in your brain. So I remember all of these events really clearly and appreciate them all, and they make me feel really good when I'm sad. So let's go through and do a couple of pages of my memory journal today. I have a couple of things to archive, so I'll do those with you. So this is my memory journal. I got this from Target. I don't know how long ago. It was maybe like 2015 or something like that. It says, heck yeah. It kind of spoke to me. And I have a lot. I started keeping it in 2016. I do have memory journals from beforehand, but they're kind of embarrassing, so I'm not really going to show them. But I broke my pinky at one point, and instead of being really super bummed about it. I actually wrote about it, and I have my little tag from the emergency room. Some of the stuff is crossed out for privacy, but I got a sticker for being a star patient, which is super funny. And it says, "It's been a crazy spring. On Easter Sunday, I fell climbing the stairs and fractured my left pinky finger. It was very painful, and I have to have surgery in order for it to heal straight. I had pins inserted into my proximal phalanges, and they stay sticking out of your finger for a month. I had an awful pink cast on for a month, which has made everyday life pretty challenging. I got my cast removed last Wednesday, and I can't straighten or bend my finger all the way. It's also pretty painful and swollen, but getting better every day. I'm really trying to keep up with the physical therapy. I hope I will be very much better in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, I'm very excited to be getting ready to move into our new condo." Oh, this is 2016, before we moved into our first home. This is so sweet. And then I have a classroom cantatas. Oh, so sweet. So I used to do an outreach program for a chorus that I used to sing in, and it was basically teaching kids to write their own songs, and it was called Classroom Cantatas, and that was a card they gave me, and it said, "Miss K, wanted to thank you for helping us compose movies that we love and a few great eats and reads for our identity cantata. We appreciate all your time and hard work." That's so cute. And then I have a couple of get well cards from when I broke my pinky, and then on my 39th birthday, I got to go to the Boston Ballet to go to Swan Lake. That was my birthday present from my husband. I was really, really excited. I love Swan Lake. It's my favorite ballet. And then I got a couple of happy birthday cards that I saved in here. So it doesn't have to be super neat and complicated. And this is like a really cute note that I got from my husband with my morning coffee. And it says, "Have a great day. I didn't want to wake you, but as you look so peaceful sleeping." And then my husband signed it. That's really nice. So any kind of like nice note that he writes for me, I put in my journal here. So a couple of weeks ago, I received a nice envelope from a very dear friend of mine who is a composer I worked with a lot in graduate school. And I mean, we've been friends for like 20 years. And on my graduate recital, I did a few pieces that he wrote for me as part of my graduate recital work. And unfortunately, a few months ago, his mother passed away. But his mother came to my recital in, when was this? 2002. And when he was going through her things, he found 2 of these programs that I had made for this recital in immaculate condition, because she had come and seen the recital as well. And he sent me these in an envelope along with a really lovely note. And I would love to put these in here. That was a really beautiful, special gesture that he did for me. And I love everything about it. I love him. I loved his mother. They're wonderful people. So I'm going to immortalize that in this journal. So I just like to tape things inside. Normally I use Scotch tape, but I'm going to use packing tape today. Well, this is Scotch tape, but it's like heavy duty packing tape. I'm gonna get it in there. And I'm not very crafty when it comes to this stuff. So you can be a little bit more crafty if you'd like. Let's see, is this gonna be long enough? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm gonna have to do this. There we go. It's kind of crude, right? Like I've just taped this to the page, but at least I'm doing some kind of action to it. And not letting this just rot in, a box somewhere. There we go. I think I should tear this tape a little. Can I tear this? Ooh, I'm gonna need a scissor. All right, we'll just really carefully just cut this. There, that's fine. I've been doing this kind of journaling for a few years, and it's really helped me lessen the number of papers I've been saving. If you need more inspiration, head on over to today's sponsor, Skillshare, for more inspiration on art journaling. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey, with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including entrepreneurship, cooking, interior design, photography, and even scrapbooking. Skillshare offers classes designed for real life, so you can move your creative journey forward without putting your life on hold by taking incredibly long classes. Some classes are incredibly brief, including this amazing art journaling class from one of my favorite YouTube creators, Amanda Rachel Lee, who has inspired me to actually step up my art journaling game. Mine don't look nearly as good as hers, but with some practice, I can get my journals to look a little better. Skillshare is also incredibly affordable, and an annual subscription is less than $10 a month. The first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video and supporting creative entrepreneurs everywhere. All right, you can be neater than I am when you're doing this. But I've got the program and the note inside for me to look at. And I'm just gonna write on the page just a little bit about what's going on so that I'm not totally clueless when I go and open this page. And at the top, I like to write the sort of approximate date. This was around Christmas last year. There we go, December 2020. Now, admittedly, I'm a big fan of digitizing photos and keeping digital copies, on your phone and on the cloud and stuff. But for some that I have held onto for some particular reason, I like to add these to the memory journal as well, and to write a little memory next to the picture. Okay, so I just wrote a couple of my feelings and thoughts about these photos because for some reason I have kept these photos and not gotten rid of them. I have actually scanned these all. I do have digital copies of all of these photos, but for some reason, emotionally, I needed to hold on to some paper copies of these, so they deserve a place in my memory journal. I love my journal even more and more. It's gonna get even more like misshapen as things get put in here, and but I love this so much, and it goes in my sentimental box, which I will show you in just a moment. When I'm done doing my memory journaling, I like to have my memory journal in my sentimental box with all of my other sentimental items. And I wasn't kidding when I said I had been keeping a journal since I was like really young. I think this one has entries from 1991. 1991. I had a lot of feelings, guys. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. And if you want a video on the memory box that I have back there, I did an entire video on creating a memory box and what goes in it and how to organize it and all that stuff. I will link that video down below for you to enjoy. All right, guys, I hope this inspired you to create a memory journal for your memory, like paper stuff. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like totally like over the top scrapbooky. It just has to be enough for you to go and like use and look through and relive your memories. I hope you guys are having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.